Shalom Akim, I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. And salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing the truth and sincerity. Shalom Akim. I'm gonna get into this little article. I seen this on the news the other day, and the article is popping up about a week ago we had Memorial Day. And this veteran guy right here from there was the American Legion in Ohio was having a get together, and this guy he brought to the mention about how Jake was the first ones to represent Memorial Day, which I did not know. I did some research, and everything he said, they said it in some of the research I did as far as did the slaves after the Civil War. It was something that they were doing to memorize the fallen soldiers they lost and stuff. But the guy, this guy right here, he had brought it to the attention. Like we all know that the things that we do in Babylon get swept under the rug, you know. So this put a new light on Memorial Day, even though at the same time, this is not our place of rest. This is our place of, this is our punishment. And our enemy, they're going to let us know that every twist and turn, man. Every twist and turn. Because they cut his mic off when he went into the speech about how Jake, how we helped fight a lot of these wars and how we were the first ones with Memorial Day. They cut it off saying that that's not what they wanted to go into and that he was taking away from the soldiers that were there. If you know anything about Jake and these wars, they always sweep us under the rug like we had nothing to do with it. I bring out videos about how the Rough Riders, President Roosevelt, how he portrayed himself as a Rough Rider when all actuality after the battles was won with Jake going into these different territories in Western Front and going at it with Gad, chasing them off into the mountains, chasing them farther off into Mexico. Here comes Roosevelt, after everything, the battle's done, taking pictures and like he was, the top dog and the top guy there and everything, and he was the one fighting. So Esau has always done this, man. He's lied, look at the Renaissance Fair, he painted over the images out, so this devil, he's always done that. And it still speaks volumes to this day. He's still doing the same thing. What does he do right now? We have, the draft. I was watching the news, I'm going to say this morning, they were speaking about the draft. And they gave you a little insight about how the people who if you sign up for selective service, how they're getting ready to implement the draft to that effect. They skimmed upon it real fast and then bring it back anymore, which lets you know that they're just throwing it out there, man. These are times when. But anywho, let me stick to this. So he says that like I say, Jake, they also they hit us with these different with the GI bills and different things because they know that we're hurting in the hood and stuff. They lure you in with these come get this GI bill, get you a charger in an apartment. That's what all the army guys have. And military guys, a charger in an apartment. That's what they get them. But Jake, like I said, they promise you all these monies and bills. I had a brother of mine who was in the military, and he explained to me how they'll promise you sign these contracts, letting you know that you're a contract soldier. Then on top of that, if your contract is for $20,000, somehow they'll figure out a way to drop it down to $18, $17, $1,000 what they're gonna pay you. So they're not even giving you a full amount what they promised to on the contract. They have all sorts of clauses in there to make sure that you don't receive all your money what you're supposed to. But and so he wants you to go to wars and fight these different wars, and he has these different things set up for you, which is all a lie, man, because it all gets taken away. Look at the veterans hospital. Half these guys out here in wheelchairs are ex-fighters for this country, and they're all jacked up on drugs or just homeless and lost their mind because of the different gases that were released in some of these different wars. Because a lot of these wars, of recent, even the World War II, man, these was wars where Esau just used weaponry and tested these weaponry. World War II, the Germans tested these different fighter jets and stuff like that, the different machine guns they came out with. The Germans wasn't playing with their artillery, which the Lord blessed them with, man. Esau's been blessed with that sword, and he used it to the best of his ability. Vietnam War, you have different gases that Esau dropped. He has the Agent Orange gas. He manipulated the clouds. And I want to say it was Rolling Thunder, if I'm not mistaken, where he shot the different seeds off into the clouds, magnetic clouds, and it made it rain so hard that the commanders down on the Vietnam War were telling the Air Force they got to cut that out because they're going to end up killing American soldiers too as well, because of the malaria and different diseases they were catching down there, Let me bring this verse out. This is Psalms 55, and I'm going to start 21. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter. I just went over a few things that Esau reels Jake in with these to come help him fight these wars and stuff, man. He gives him all sorts of incentives, and he pulls back. He says, "Were softer than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. And like I say, he brings these different incentives out for Jake, and tries to lure him in, man. Knowing that Jake is in the hood, messed up, and no jobs, no nothing, man. He'll give you college degrees, everything else, and that's another thing too. A lot of the guys, they go to college, they go to the colleges, but as soon as it's time for them to go to training camp or something, they got to leave for a week or two. So in the middle of their learning, they have to leave. So it's all a game, man. It's all a game, man. Let me bring this verse up. Yeah, this is Sirach 12:10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, that thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. That's just what I was speaking about a second ago about the Roosevelt, man. And even back in the Renaissance fair, man. We were next to these guys, and once you set them up next to them, they come by for the take, they come by for the kill. Look at the entertainment industry, different genres of things that are out. Esau is waiting to take over all these different things, man. He gives it to you for a slight second, thinking you run something, and he has his hands all in everything, man. He says, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the least remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Like I was saying, man, he sits there, waits for his opportunity to take at the same time, or he just doesn't, give credit to where credit is due, which is the devil, man. Sit here to lie, steal, and kill, man. John 10:10, man. But let me bring it back to the article. Yeah, that was the gist of the article, though. They just cut the microphone off on my man right here, this, Bernard Kintern, for reading and going into history and pulling out facts. Esau does not want to do it, even till to this day, from the old to the young. They do not want to deal with facts. They're just continuously more and more lies. If it wasn't for some of our veterans in some of these wars, we wouldn't even know they fought in some of these wars, man. Esau ain't giving them no statues or no type of medals or anything. World War I, Jake went over there to Paris in France and turned the tide of the war. It's just proven. It's just written in history. But what did America do? They wouldn't acknowledge him, man. They would not acknowledge him. So our enemy will not acknowledge us still to this day. So never trust thy enemy, man. I just wanted to bring that out real fast. I just was on my mind about this brother, about about the Memorial Day thing, the little drop history that Esau dropped, and I had to do some research and did find out what he was talking was true. With that being said, I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.